So chat, here we are with new cards, PogChamp. We have two new Witchcrafter cards. If you've seen our last Witchcrafter video, you know that I'm very, very excited for the new Witchcrafter stuff. But I thought that maybe it didn't get us that far. Like, maybe it just wasn't good enough by itself. So I'm really, really, really excited to see that we got two new Witchcrafter cards, Pupils and Marka. And we're going to look through them, we're going to read them, and then we're also going to touch back on the previous Witchcrafter cards here, just to see and remind everyone what they were and what you can do with them. And then after that, we have all of these new cards to go through, which will help some decks, and then that'll be new cards. So let's start here with the most exciting Witchcrafter Pupils, a level 8 Fire Spellcaster Fusion. Okay, nothing really crazy about that attribute, about that attribute type combo already, but let's keep going. One Witchcrafter monster plus one Spellcaster monster. That's pretty good. A lot of good Spellcasters. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. During the main or battle phase, quick effect, you can activate one of these effects. Add one Witchcrafter spell from your deck to your hand, or reveal one Witchcrafter normal or quick play spell in your hand. Apply that spell's activation effect. Okay, before we even read the second effect, that is crazy, right? For Witchcrafter, that is great. One of the big things that I always talked about with Witchcrafter is yeah, it's fine. You send the spells to the graveyard and then they come back, but they're spells, so you can't activate them during your opponent's turn, which sucks. Pupils solves that problem single-handedly. Pupils single-handedly solves that problem, which is awesome. No, I love that, actually. I think that's incredible. That's going to be so good for us, and for the deck. And then the second effect, during your end phase, you can return one of your banished Witchcrafter cards to the graveyard. I'm not sure which Witchcrafter card banishes, which one does that, but, a general recursion effect here, I think, is totally fine. So this is nice as well, in that you summon it turn 1, add a Witchcrafter spell from your deck to your hand, and then turn 2, you can reveal it to do that. And you can do it in the battle phase, which is really, really cool. Of course, they make Shmieta the good fusion card. Yeah, Shmieta's kind of the GOAT. During your end phase, you can return one of your banished... Yeah. So we'll take a look, maybe the other card banishes, and we'll take a look at the other support and see which one banishes. But right now, I'm really, really excited for this card in particular. And it looks super cute. Look at them. They're all being friends. Normally, I don't like cards that are multiple people on the screen at once. But I don't know, since it's Pupils, I think that's cute. This is all the Pupils together, which is really cute. I like it. Most of the small ones banish, I'm being told. Okay. Let's take a look at the other card here, Witchcrafter Marka. Is she new? Is she a retrain, or is she just straight up a new one? A new Witchcrafter? She's a storyteller. Maybe she'll have fairy tale synergy. Just based on the art, she seems to be penning a tale. Maybe she's writing a spell. Level 6, Dark Spellcaster. Okay. Does that mean she can become Dark Magician of Destruction? You can tribute this card from your hand or field. Add one Witchcrafter field or continuous spell from your deck to your hand. You can tribute this card from your hand or field. Okay, this is just terraforming for the Witchcrafter field. I like it. I like it. If a If a face-up Witchcrafter monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. And if you do, tribute one opponent's monster. That's... You know what, chat? That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. This is kind of a cute card. Definitely a 1-of in this deck. Actually, possibly a 3-of, because it's just a generic searcher. For all this stuff. I actually really like this card. This card is almost exactly what I was hoping to see, in addition to Pupils. And now chat is wondering, there is a field spell. Yes, last time we did get the field spell, so this is what she is able to search. During your main phase, you can add one Witchcrafter monster from your deck to your hand, then discard one card. And during your turn, if you would discard a card to activate the effect of a Witchcrafter monster, you can send one Witchcrafter spell trap from your deck to the graveyard instead. So this lets you bin instead of discarding, which is really, really nice. Purchase is maybe the best card in the deck, and now we have triple Rhoda for it. The other things to note, are this trap is now more searchable, I believe, via the spell here, right? Which one adds a spell trap? Oh, just field or continuous spell. In any event, I was told by chat the trap banishes, so this one can recur. Yeah, you can banish it. So this can get returned back to the grave by pupils now, which is nice for this counter trap. As a reminder, just to the other people who are wondering about this old Witchcrafter support, we also have Celebration, which is now a card that can be activated in your hand on your opponent's turn because of pupils, which lets you destroy a Witchcrafter monster you control. It's one card your opponent controls, or fusion summon. So even if this card ends up in your hand, you can fusion summon it. And the other really, really important thing that I think is really cool for pupils is that it turns all of your spell effects from once per turn into twice per turn, right? So now instead of only being able to fusion summon once, you are able to fusion summon twice if the fusion spell gets back, if you have one in hand and one set on field, which is pretty cool. Or do it twice on your own turn via pupils. Nonetheless, I think the archetype is turning out really, really cool. Is really, really, really nice. 3 times because of Jenny. That's right, chat. Thank you. It's card's fusion summon. You get to summon a 3 level 7 or lower Witchcrafter monsters from each other from your hand and or deck. So basically, this card can also summon out this one, which contribute from field to get you the field spell, if you have to do a line that requires you fusing this first before you get to the field spell, which is really nice as well. During your end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can reel 1 spell in your hand, special summon it in defense position, which is great as like fusion fodder on your opponent's turn. This deck is looking really cool. It's looking like a deck that wants to fusion summon a bunch on your turn and on your opponent's turn. And I think, chat, it might have really, really neat synergy with Draco Tail. Nonetheless, those are our Witchcrafters. So let's take a look at the new free agents in the Blazing Dominion World Premiere cards. This is kind of a tough one to figure out how we're going to want to do. I think we're going to move this over a little bit so that we do this. And perfect. All right. We got the Gaming Gamer GG. Chat, it's just like me for real, for real. Chat, it's just like me for real, for real. A rank 4 Earth Machine, you say? An Earth Machine? Well, don't mind if I do. 2 level 4 machine monsters. If this card is special summoned, you can change all monsters your opponent controls to attack position. If your opponent has a monster in their field or graveyard, you can detach 1 material from this card, send 1 machine monster from your deck, extra deck to the graveyard, then you can apply this effect. Choose 1 machine XZ monster in your graveyard, and this card's name becomes that monster's name until the end phase. I think this card is... how to describe it? I think this card is kind of silly. I think this card isn't that good. It's like a combo piece that you're going to get to in, like, forever. The Gaming Gamer GG. It's not like a... so here's the thing, right? It's... I am rank 4, like, poisoned. I think that if it's not, like, the first rank 4 you're going to make, like, if it requires you to be 6 ways into your combo, six summons into your combo before it's worth summoning, I think it's a little bit too stoppable. But sending a machine monster from your deck to the graveyard is actually kind of nice. It does require your opponent to have a monster in their field or graveyard, which is interesting. It's a good prohibition target. True, it's great to call on Crossout Designator as you attack for lethal. The Foolish effect is powerful, but it requires us to have, like, hand-trapped them already, which isn't going to be, like, a guaranteed case. It's, like, clearly meant to be a going second card. And I just don't trust that. Send 1 machine monster from your deck to the graveyard is fine, right? Because this is send, what's his name? This is send the Orcist guy. This is send Harporer, right? Which is strong. But ultimately, is it ever? It's better turn 2 or Crystron starter if hand trapped. How do you get 2 4s on the field in Crystron, Rainbow? Insane Mimighoul rank 4 tech? Is that true? I don't know. I think everyone is coping. But then again, I'm not an Earth Machine person, so this is definitely more like a Peeps Yu-Gi-Oh angle. I think this card might see play. I don't think it's going to be a crazy card, though. It might see play, like, in Earth Machine, but is this what Earth Machine was missing? Like, maybe, I guess. We'll just have to see. What else do we have here? We got Fat Dragon. Fata Dragna. Level 5, Wind Dragon Fusion Effect monster. 2 monsters with the same type and attribute, but different levels. Oh, okay. It's a super poly target. Your opponent cannot target fusion monsters you control with card effects. That's fucked. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a fusion summon, you can special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck in defense position, but negate its effects. Also return it to the extra deck during the end phase. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon for the extra deck except fusion monsters. Okay, this card is crazy. You can only use this effect once per turn. This card is crazy. This card is Garura 2. That is right, chat. But it also is like styled a little bit more towards fusion decks, which I like. This is a really, really powerful effect to print. It just probably is best for decks like Draco Tail or the new Witchcrafter stuff, fusion decks in general, and what else to say? And like what do we say? Oh, what do we say? And cards that decks that don't care about their extra deck, like Radiant Typhoon that much, or who else are we thinking about? Or Stun. But this is a pretty good card. I really don't hate this card. Rainbow saying that's insane. Summon Kit Kalos. That's crazy. Okay, let me address this quickly. Trade Nate 48 saying because the Gaming Goose has changed his name to Gustav Max. Do you mean sending the extra deck Gustav Max to graveyard and then becoming Gustav Max? It just becomes the name. It doesn't get the effect. Oh, you can use the new one. Okay, that makes sense. All right, sorry for the distraction there. I'm moving on from that card. I'm not talking about either of these anymore. These cards are crazy. Chat saying this card is a card that would make Chilling Tier 1 again. Nice. All right. Now we got Genia of the Ring. This card I'm really excited for because it has the Fairy Tale stat line, chat. It's got the Fairy Tale stat line. Level 4 Earth Spellcaster Effect Monster. If this card is in your hand, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, special summon this card. Also, that target becomes a Spellcaster monster. Let's go. The next time that target would be destroyed by card effect this turn, it's not destroyed. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Spellcaster monsters. This is awesome, being that it's a free special, can turn your Fua into a Spellcaster, which matters for Fua, for fusion reasons. Gives destruction protection, that doesn't really matter. And then summoned itself out. So this is 2 4s. If this card is tributed or banished to activate a Spellcaster monster's effect, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect of Genia the Ring once per turn. Hell yeah. I think this card is great. It's just a free special. You can tribute it for effect to add it back to hand. I don't know what else it does. I haven't read the new Fairy Tale support, but I'm pretty sure this is kind of like a card that you really, really want in there. I think you can overlay for the Fairy Tale 4 XEs. Sorry about the typing. We're going to type Fairy Tale. For this one, 2 level 4 spellcasters. So this turns any 4 into this one, into Wiccat. Which then lets you detach 2 materials to send Fairy Tale cards to the graveyard. Which I think is like what you want. Right? Is the attack relevant for Charmers? The attack is also relevant for Charmers. I think this is good synergy for Charmers. It's good synergy for Fairy Tales. Which is awesome. Which I'm very, very excited for. We also have Checker. Okay. Level 4 Earth Machine effect. It cannot be normal summoned if you control a monster. Okay. You contribute this card, special summon 1 machine monster from your deck whose attack equals its own defense, but return it to the hand during the end phase. That return to the hand doesn't really matter, because that's fine. You can banish this card from your graveyard and discard 1 card. Special summon 1 Iron Rubble token, but it cannot be used as material for a Fusion, Synchro, or Link summon. Fusion, Synchro, or Link, and can't Xyz. I guess it's there to, like, tribute? For a tribute? I don't know. I don't know what this is. Gizmek? So chat telling me that this is good in Cubic, good in Gizmek. I have no idea. I have no idea. It looks kind of mid, but maybe it'll pop off. We got Rustin Mammoth. Level 5 Earth Machine. More Earth Machines, a lot of generic Earth Machine support. If this card is in your hand, you can banish machine Link monsters from your extra deck, whose combined ratings Link equals exactly 5. Special summon this card. Oh! That's like a free special, which is kind of cool. Target 1 card you control, 1 card your opponent controls, return them to the hand. I mean, it's like fine, I guess. And then this is a quick effect. If this card is a link to a Link 3 or higher Machine Link monster. Okay, I think this card is too nichely applicable. If this were a starter, this summon effect would be great. But, like, as a combo piece that is a turn 2 board breaker, yeah. Chat saying it correctly. These cards sound cool for sealed. They certainly do, but this is not making its way into any meta decks. We also have the Officiating Reverie. Level 6 Dark Zombie Effect Monster. If this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card, special summon this card. If an Exile monster is sent to the graveyard while this card's in your graveyard, you can banish this card, special summon one zombie monster from your graveyard. During the standby phase of the next turn after this card was banished, you can target one zombie Exile monster you control, attach this card to it. Okay, this card is pretty good. I think this card is great for that level 6 Pump King of Ghosts deck. Pump King. Yeah, the Pump King, the Great Ghost King, needs 6 zombies. This is a 6 zombie that that pluses off Xyz monsters, right? Free special, and if an Xyz monster is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card, special summon a zombie monster from your grave. This is pretty good. I think, chat, this lets you, as a zombie player, thank you so much for the follow. As a zombie player, this is going to be probably a one-of that lets a lot of weird combos kind of finally pop off. So I'm very, very excited for that. And now we have, chat, the Officiator of Doom, Samuel. Rank 6 Dark Zombie Xyz Effect Monster. During the main phase, you can detach one map from this card, then target one zombie monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also great. Then negate the effects of one monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that monster. Awesome. Chat, one of my big things about the Pump King of Ghosts end board is that it just wasn't, like, there yet, because it needed, like, 1 or 2 more pieces to be there. And I think, chat, these 2 cards are those 2 pieces. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster in either grave shuffled into the deck. This is also a subtly powerful but great effect, especially because you're going to have ways to send your own monsters to the graveyard. So I like this as well. This card is great. Not too strong, not too weak, exactly the right type and rank and attribute to be made use of in the decks that would want to use it. This can also, like, stops itself from being generic because you need a zombie engrave. So this isn't, like, makeable off the Fiendsmith unless you have Zombie World up. This stuff is great. This stuff is great. I love this zombie support. I was already going to play the Pump King deck, but now I actually think it might be good. Like, this probably brings it up from Rogue to Tier 2, and I'm very, very excited for that. And so let's just do a quick recap before ending new cards. Great, middling, great, I think, great, funny name, maybe really good. That's my position on all these. And then, of course, we go here. Great, and I'm actually so excited for Witchcrafter. Let me move this back over so you can all see it. I'm so excited for Witchcrafter. Alright, and thus ends new cards. Thank you for watching.